Today, we'll analyze a shocking event that just occurred in the skies over the Middle East, an event that has forced military experts to rewrite their entire air defense playbooks. The question is, how was an American Air Force Eagle shot down, and more importantly, what Iranian weapon was capable of doing it? Everything began on April 3, 2026, when Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, made a stunning announcement. They had shot down a U.S. Air Force fighter jet inside their own airspace. Initially, Iranian media mistakenly identified it as the ultra-modern stealth F-35. However, after images of the aircraft wreckage and debris at the scene were released, experts scrutinized every detail, from the fuselage structure to the weapon's hardpoints. The result was surprising. It was an F-15E Strike Eagle belonging to the U.S. 494th Fighter Squadron. The credibility of the incident was further reinforced when both Reuters and CNN cited U.S. officials confirming that a combat aircraft had been lost and that search and rescue (SAR) operations were urgently underway to locate the pilot. This was not just an ordinary aircraft crash. It was the first time a manned U.S. combat aircraft had been shot down over Iranian territory since the conflict escalated. Before diving into the list of suspect weapons, we need to understand the victim. The F-15E Strike Eagle is no ordinary name. It is a true beast, capable of speeds up to Mach 2.5, over 3,000 km with extreme maneuverability. However, its fatal weakness in modern warfare is its very large radar cross-section. Unlike the F-22 or F-35, the F-15 is not a stealth aircraft. It appears on enemy radar screens like a bright beacon without the support of jamming countermeasures. So, within Iran's vast arsenal, which systems could lock onto and shoot down a high-speed beast like this? The first name mentioned is the pride of Iran's defense industry, the Bavar 373. Military experts call it Iran's own version of the S-400. It is a long-range strategic air defense system that has been comprehensively upgraded to counter the most modern threats. The strength of the Bavar 373 lies in its eyes, the Mirage 4 Active Electronically Scanned Array (AESA) radar. This radar can detect targets at an enormous range of 450 km. Imagine, the F-15E hasn't even had time to approach the border before it is already seen by the Mirage 4. The system can track hundreds of targets simultaneously and engage between 6 and 12 targets flying at speeds greater than Mach 3 at the same time. Once a target is locked, the Bavar 373 delivers its decisive blow with the Sayyad 4B missile. This missile is vertically launched, has a range of up to 400 km, and reaches hypersonic speeds of Mach 5 to Mach 8. At this speed, even an F-15E flying at its maximum speed of Mach 2.5 is far slower than the interceptor missile. If the pilot fails to activate electronic countermeasures or perform extreme evasive maneuvers within just a few short seconds, the chances of survival are virtually zero. If it wasn't the Bavar 373, then it may well have been an old familiar face from Russia, the S-300PMU-2 Favorit. Iran has operated this system since 2017 and has deeply integrated it into its unified airspace defense network. The S-300PMU-2 uses the 48N6E2 missile with a combat range of 200 km and a ceiling of 27 km. Its most fearsome feature is the missile's maximum speed of Mach 8.5. Combined with the Big Bird search radar and the Tombstone fire control radar, the system creates a true no-fly zone for non-stealth aircraft. Against an F-15E with a clearly visible radar signature, the S-300PMU-2 is an extremely effective killer. Sometimes the greatest danger doesn't come from large, long-range systems, but from mobile units quietly lying in ambush. That is the tactic of the RAD family of missile systems, most notably the Khordad-15. The Khordad-15 carries the Sayyad 3 missile with a range of 75 to 150 km. Its strength lies in its extremely short deployment time, allowing it to carry out shoot-and-scoot tactics to avoid counterattack from U.S. aircraft. We also cannot overlook the Sevom Khordad, the system that made history in 2019 when it shot down a U.S. RQ-4 Global Hawk drone worth hundreds of millions of dollars. By integrating the radar directly onto the launch vehicle, these systems can easily conceal themselves in complex terrain, creating the element of surprise that leaves F-15E pilots with no time to react. Another hypothesis is that the F-15E may have been brought down by another aircraft. Iran still maintains a fleet of F-14 Tomcat interceptors. Interestingly, they have equipped these aging Tomcats with the domestically developed Fakor 90 missile, which has a range of over 150 km, transforming them into formidable long-range air-to-air missile platforms. However, we must face reality. Shooting down an F-15E is never easy. The U.S. military always accompanies its operations with extremely sophisticated suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD, tactics. They typically deploy heavy electronic jamming aircraft to blind enemy radars before combat aircraft move in. The F-15E itself is also equipped with advanced electronic warfare systems to create false targets on enemy radar screens. Furthermore, in the early months of 2026, the U.S. conducted multiple preemptive airstrikes on Iranian radar stations, which may have significantly degraded the effectiveness of systems like the Bavar 373 or S-300. Whether a ground-based launcher could penetrate a dense wall of electronic jamming to hit its target remains a major open question requiring further verified evidence from the scene. The loss of the F-15E Strike Eagle is a reminder that in modern warfare, no weapon is invincible. While the U.S. holds an overwhelming advantage in jamming technology and stealth, Iran's domestically developed air defense systems, such as the Bavar 373 and S-300 variants, have demonstrated that they possess the technology to create deadly danger zones. A brief takeaway: this event is not merely a loss of U.S. military hardware. It is proof of the remarkable advancement of Iranian air defense technology. It forces major powers to recalculate the survivability of fourth-generation aircraft in future conflicts. One eagle has fallen, and this may just be the opening of a new chapter in the confrontation between stealth technology and advanced active electronically scanned array radar systems. Thank you for watching this video from The Secret Life Explained. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any in-depth analysis of global military mysteries. Goodbye, and see you next time.